right, so we just got out of the shower. We're gonna walk you through the beard steps, and first thing through the last thing that I do every day for daily maintenance, as well as some of the things I do every other couple of days. So I did use a beard wash today. I use a beard wash 2 times a week. Today we used the Beard Baron Wildwood. Beard wash in its nature is stripping of oils and product that we put in, so we don't want to use it too many times a week. Just to make sure that when we do, we're getting that into the skin. We're getting our hands in the beard, rubbing it into the skin, because the skin is a big factor of keeping your beard clean and groomed. First thing I'm going to do is use a wide tooth comb. This is from Bad A Beard Care. It's a oxhorn wide tooth comb. Really like this because for the larger, thicker beards, it's not going to catch as many knots and it's going to slide through a lot easier. So first thing we're going to do is just comb this out a little bit, just for, see, when we get a knot at the end, I don't want to pull and fight that through. 2 options: you can leave it. I grab the hair strand and then pull through at the end. That way I'm not tugging at the hair at its roots. Protecting the root with my hand as I come through. Sometimes you get a large chunk of them. And just gently combing through here. All right, next step, I'm actually going to take a towel and dry it a little bit more, the water out, just pulling it down. I don't really need to scrub in. You know, everything that we do in this routine, we want to keep the beard shape, its profile, keeping it going straight down. The next step is going to be the mustache wax. So I really like Beard Baron Mustache Wax. It comes in this nice chapstick style tube, easy to take with you on the go. Today we're using Beard Baron Citrus Bay. It's got a nice citrus scent, and that's kind of going to be the theme for all the product we're putting in today. So I'm just going to get a little bit past the mark, just as you would with regular lip balm. And I'm going to brush a little tiny bit gently over the upper lip area, combing that down. And then I'm going to brush it on a little thicker on the sides. The part of my mustache that curls out is going to dangle down, the part that we don't want coming into our mouths or getting in our food. So I'm going to brush that in a little bit. Another official way of doing this is actually just using the thumbnail to scrape a layer across and then melting that between your fingertips and then just brushing that in. I just go for a light wax. All I want to do is to keep its shape. I don't try and curl it. I just want to have it. So second step of the waxing, I'm actually going to pull this and brush on the underside. And same on this side, just to make sure that I'm getting a little bit of wax throughout this mustache. Again, more so the emphasis for me on the sides of the mustache. That way to keep it shaped and keep it out of my mouth. Next, I'm going to use a Kent mustache comb. So first, I'm going to comb that out, comb this wax through. I'm going to come back with my mustache wax and hit it with a gentle second coat. Again, mostly on the outside, the exterior, the left and the right. And this time combing more downward. We have a more natural looking mustache. I do like to trim my mustache straight down at the lip line. Keep that nice and groomed. Try and get it so that if I smile, you can see all of my teeth in my smile. That's a good way of judging how much hair to take off on your mustache. Is just smile in the mirror. If your smile is covered in parts, then you may want to clean that up to get more of your smile visible, unless that's your style of using having your mustache actually cover the lips. All right. Next, we're going to apply the beard oil. Today's beard oil is from Blythe Spirits. It's a vanilla orange. This is a locally made beard oil. I get this usually at our Renaissance festivals. This is a large bottle in comparison to the standard size beard oil. This is 1 ounce, this is 4 ounces. So this lasts me a year. Just going to let a couple drops run through. This one drizzles pretty quickly, so I'll make sure for this beard I'm using 6 drops. I'm just gonna rub it into my hands and massage this into my beard. First on the outside, and coming back around the back a little bit. All right, then I'm gonna lastly come in under my beard and gently scrub my skin, starting with the sides, coming with the under the chin area, and then coming in right here where the upper chin area, making sure to get that portion oiled. Your beard naturally pulls oil away from your skin. That's why if you shave the beard, you're gonna probably end up with some pimples or more oily skin than you're used to. The beard is constantly pulling that away. So the larger the beard, the more oil that it's pulling from that. So we're gonna just make sure to moisturize and get that in there. Theoretically, if you're using too much oil, by the time you're done, you should look at your hands, and if they are still oily, if you actually do need to wash or rinse your hands, then you're probably using too much oil. I'm going to cut that down. I would recommend for small to medium sized beard, go with 2 to 3 drops. Medium to large, go with 4 to 5. And kind of work with it. Again, the judgment factor is when you're done, look at your hands. Do they still have oil, and do you need to actually wash them, or can you just go on about your business without washing your hands? Next, I'm going to go back to my comb. This time we're going to do this a little different. Every comb stroke, again, is going straight down. I'm not combing along the line of my chin. I'm not combing down and in, bringing this straight down. One of the biggest mistakes with a shorter beard is combing down and bringing it into the chin. What you're going to end up doing is having your beard curl and then curl back out when it gets that length. So you want your beard to hang, you want it to be straight down. So first, just kind of brush through the outside gently, not really digging into the beard yet. Right, occasionally you are going to get a few hairs that come out during this process. Next step, I'm actually going to press this in to my cheek. So we're going to press this into my cheek and actually brush the comb teeth against my skin while I'm going down. Again, not doing my under chin, but just as we go along the cheek line. This is again to help spread the oil amongst the rest of the beard, as well as pressing that in towards my chin. Now, when you have a thicker beard, once it gets midway through your neck, that's kind of the time where you hear the controversy about the neck beard. When it gets long, you do want that neck beard. When it's short, you don't want the neck beard. Your beard should be longer than where the neck beard begins before you start growing the neck beard. So I do have a little bit of neck beard in this because it bolsters it, gives it strength, it gives it bigger depth. So the next step for me is going to be start coming around the back, from the bottom and the inside, combing that part down, making sure that's straight as well. And again, not pulling through any knots. Once I get to the knots, I'm retracting my comb, I'm bending it back and letting those knots slide out. And finally, this is the harder part. Bring the under neck portion of my underbeard, going right up against the skin line and pulling this down. All right, I like to touch this up with a boar's hair brush. I'm just comb this down. I'll start with the front and center. Just kind of brush this in. This is more for styling. It's going to tame it and keep it a little bit more compact than the comb. Brush that through. And I'll put more emphasis on the sides because I don't want my beard to spread out and poof. I want it to be nice and straight forward and down. There we go. This is the main process. As my beard is about to dry over the next 30 minutes, it will start to get a little frizzy and poke out. One way of kind of controlling and taming a frizzy beard to keep it straight and profiled is to use hair ties. So I'm going to pull this tight and throw a hair tie, and I'm not double knotting, just keeping it open. I'm going to do the same on the bottom. So I'll kind of leave it like this. Really only have these sides. This is also really good for when you're trimming your beard, when you need to do any maintenance along the neck, when you need to straighten out that sideburn line and get that. I do all of my own maintenance, so it's not the greatest. It's hard to get that line profiled on your own. But we're gonna utilize this. The important thing here is making sure that this is going straight down. If we're tucking this back behind our chin, it's gonna come out a little funky. We're not gonna leave this in very long. Just maybe, the period of this would be every 5 minutes, pull these down slightly, pull these down slightly, pull these down slightly, pull these down until they're completely off. And this will help your beard to dry much more straight. This is also a really good tip if you need to go in public and put on a mask, tying it right underneath that neckline. Obviously, we are going to have tie marks when you're done, but it's going to help you find your chin so your mask can hook on securely to your under your chin and on your face, and have a more safe and effective result when wearing your mask in public. Right, the last step for today, usually I wait a little longer, let my beard dry. I'm going to go out, give it a little touch up. I've got some spots you can kind of see on the left side, that's a little poofy. On the right, it's a little more profiled. I also, these 2 spots under the mustache and the beard area are my points of emphasis. We're going to use some beard butter today. Beard butter is more for styling, less of a health purpose benefit than the oil. Today we are using the Artist Man Citrus Spice. And this is my favorite scent. This is the scent that is going to dominate. Again, through the combination of scents, we used the Beard Baron Citrus Bay. I used the Blythe Spirits Vanilla Orange Oil, and we're doing a citrus spice. So citrus, a little bit of spice. It's kind of the theme with your oils. You don't want to mix all of these different scents together, like have a peppermint and then have a tobacco and then have these weird things, because it's going to end up with a cluster. You don't want that. So try and as close as possible in your beard product, similar to scents. I think vanilla is always a simple one. Not a fan of straight vanilla, but if you're mixing different scents, vanilla is great because it's a plain scent and mixes well with almost everything else. You have a citrus scent, you have a vanilla scent, those 2 pair well together. So what we're going to do is I have a guitar pick here. I'm just going to go into this and just glide that small amount. Pulling that small amount and putting it onto my palm. And I'm going to just rub the bottom knuckles of my palm together until this is nice and warm, melty. And then I'm just going to simply brush this through. So right now, on this part of my hand, you brush this through the problem. It's just nice and gentle. We don't really need to comb this in the beard. Again, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to date, I'm going to throw a little bit of butter in just to style this, make this smell nice. So again, just hand pulling this through until your hands are clean. Once you no longer have oily or buttery hands, then you know you've applied the oil. So little tiny bit, but for the most part we're okay. And of course, touching this up with the beard brush. So I'm going to come in with the beard brush, same thing, start on the front, and then get these areas of emphasis on press in on my cheek line, make sure that those areas stay tight together. And I'll return in 5 minutes as well and give this another quick brush to make sure we have this beard nice and profile. So there it is, guys. Thank you so much. Excited to give you beard tips with my beard hat. This length, which I'm calling maximum length because it's coming off soon. So stay tuned, subscribe. Hopefully I can get some more beard tips out to you guys, and follow my socials for more updates on when this bad boy's coming off. All right, pro tip for cleaning. I have this nice little brush and dustpan combo. So I'm gonna flip that out. This is really nice for cleaning up after beard grooming. You get some of those stray hairs on the kitchen sink. I want to keep it very nice and clean. Just get to sweep that up into this little tray. Toss it in the can. Good to go. Little nice $2 item, Dollar Tree, Walmart, etc. Snaps into place, slides in vertically. That one choice.